So hi all, welcome back to Life in a Share Market. So to start with the suggestions, the first few suggestions, which are the companies do I invest in the beginning? So these are my personal suggestions. They can be definitely risk. I think you listeners would definitely understand that any shares you invest, there are definitely risks. Either I advise or anyone advise for that matter, risk is 100% there. So these are the five companies that I personally suggest. So you can plan and add in a portfolio. If you already have it, you can multiply in more numbers. So first would be Reliance. Reliance, no one has to say much about it. It's always a safe company to invest. I would not suggest you to buy immediately because the share price is already on a high range of 1,458. So I had purchased when it was in 1,020 something else. So I would advise people to have some patience, wait. The market may go down further. So for Reliance particularly, as I said in the beginning of my intro, that don't keep waiting for market to crash to buy. Yes, but on some companies you need to put some exceptions because you can't always buy when it's in a high peak. So Reliance is always a safe. Even if you buy now, it would not be a loss. It will definitely go up. But I would personally advise to wait for it to go down less than 1,200 when it comes to like 2 weeks back how it was in 1,100 and 1,050. If you get it, I would definitely advise you to buy shares of Reliance for that price. Otherwise, you can keep it on a watch list and you can buy whenever it comes down. Next best share to buy at this moment is HDFC Bank, wherein HDFC Bank share has gone too low now. It's come up to 830 range, 830, 840 today's price. So I would advise or suggest everyone if you want to add a portfolio, this is the right time. HDFC is a share which definitely would easily go up when things bounces back. It easily can go above 900 to 1,000. So that is one share you can, without any doubts, you can invest in HDFC Bank. It's at the moment the price is 841.95. Today it almost touched 830, 831. So I would suggest people to add HDFC Bank. This is the right time. Do not worry about market going to further crash and things like that. When it's going further down, if it reduces from 800 or 790 or 780, you can keep adding on to the portfolio. I would advise you to add HDFC Bank as one of the uh, on a top priority company to invest in the shares. Next one is another bank. So people always say go away from banks in the share market. Uh, I've heard many people saying advising not to invest in banks but in other industries. I would personally suggest more on finance industries because when it bounces back, these are the industries which bounce heavily compared to other industries. Other industries takes time, but financial industries when it falls. But when it bounces back, it definitely bounces big time. And I'm only suggesting not for intraday or short termers. It's purely for long term investors for minimum 6 months to 1 year or more than that. So these are the companies you would definitely gain. As ICC Bank, you can definitely, without any doubt, you can buy now. It's you're getting it when pretty low price now. It's today it almost touched 290 less. Now it's in 301. So I would say do not wait for it, go for it, add on a portfolio. If you have a lot of doubts in your mind, you can buy in few numbers like 50, 100, start with it and slowly add on to your portfolio. So it will definitely help you in the future. And purely it's for future, not for temporary. And you never know, suddenly if you see a trend of ICC Bank, it's always been in 350, 360 and coming down to 290. Last month I think it was in 290 and it gone up to 360, 370. So I would personally suggest investing in these banks, and if you find at least 100 plus a profit in this particular 2 months time of lockdown, if those prices goes up, you can always sell it, and you can try to rebuy it later, because this market would be fluctuating. It will again crash in few months. So when you feel any profit, don't think twice, you can sell the share. Don't think that only keep holding on is a good idea. It is never a good idea. If you see a trend of this company going down and going up, so you can always buy when it is in high price and book a profit. And it will definitely crash, because the time is harder for share market for the next 6 months. So if anytime if you book a profit, I would say you can sell it. It will definitely come back, because ICC Bank 2-3 weeks back it was in 290. It gone up to 360, stayed for a few weeks there. Now again it's coming to 290 range. So whenever you book a profit, sell it, and you will definitely get the chance again. If it is a normal time, I wouldn't have suggested, because it's a lockdown time. You can definitely see these companies coming down and going up. So the fourth share I would say is one of the big share companies, Bajaj Finance. You have Bajaj Finserv and Bajaj Finance. Anyone you can invest. I would personally say Bajaj Finance, because it is on a little lower premium than Bajaj Finserv. People who have good capital, good funds, they can invest in Bajaj Finserv, and that is one of the good company to invest. And almost I would say safe, because if you see another 2 years later, it will definitely bounce back to its old position, and it will touch Bajaj Finserv will easily go up to 7,000 plus, easily, uh, in good times. I'm talking about at least for 2 years later. Bajaj Finance was running 3.8 to 4,000 before, and after this lockdowns come fallen almost 50%, 40 to 50%. So I would suggest buying that as well. So that is another thing. So, talking about Bajaj Finance is always a safe company to invest in. Market can crash; it can go further down. It's almost 1,963. So it was always playing in 2,250 from few weeks. So today you've seen a dip to 1,960. It can further go down as well. So you can start adding in your portfolio. This is always not a loss, adding in your portfolio. So you can definitely go ahead for Bajaj Finances. That's my fourth suggestion. The fifth one is yeah, IRCTC, because not everyone suggests IRCTC because it's related to government and all stuff. But I would say personally, for a long term, there is some share which you can always add in a portfolio. It's not a loss. If not in a right now price, it's 1,200. It will definitely come down to 1,100. So I would tell one thing, because IRCTC I've added in my portfolio when it was in 900. So I added a lot. So heard a lot of people saying it will crash down, it will come to 700, 600. So I took some of the suggestions seriously, some expert suggestions seriously. Then I didn't add on to the now it's running in 1,004, 1,003. So never ever blindly just take shares thinking it will crash fully. So if you think you can book a profit in future, company like IRCTC can blindly buy it for 1,100, or whenever it reduces less than 1,200, go ahead, because it will bounce back for sure. uh, Again, this is for long term. If it's short term, avoid IRCTC. I would not suggest you. People for short term, I'm only advising all the companies for a long term, because this short term, when you buy something and if you see shares are going up, you're booking profit. For people having a mindset of short term, you can sell it and rebuy it later. That would be only my personal suggestion. For short term, this is not the right time, because of the lockdown. The companies are business are fluctuating. You're buying some share for short term and thinking it will go up. It can go reverse and it can fall down. So I would suggest these five shares for a long term. Uh, with some conditions, Reliance, if it price drops less than 1,200, go ahead, add it to your portfolio, or you can wait. And no need to rush to buy at this rate. This is already high, and HDFC, it's already in a low rate. You can definitely add to a portfolio, add on, and whenever it drops, you can keep adding on. ICC Bank as well, it's in a low rate. You can go ahead. Bajaj Finance is in low rate. Go ahead to your portfolio. IRCTC, start with small numbers and then make it bigger. So that's my suggestion for today. Thank you all. Do comment if you have any doubts or clarification, or and please subscribe, because when you see your subscription numbers more, that actually motivates. for you to keep doing a lot of videos. So I will try and come live as well. Uh, Once I start hitting good numbers in subscription, I'll try and come live every day morning for people to uh, clarify any doubts and to buy this any shares easily. Yeah, thank you all. Have a great day.